Sorry for the hiatus, everyone. I know how much you missed us, but we're back. Welcome to the MMO Rodeo for the week of Monday, June 7th. Let's get started. Turbine revealed last week that Lord of the Rings Online will be going free to play this fall, following a similar pricing model to their other paid gone free MMO, Dungeons & Dragons Online. We actually had a chance to sit down and talk to the developer last week about the big change, and here's a quote.
Well, there are definitely some differences in the sense that DDO and LoTRO are very different games in the way they play and the content that we have. So the way we're handling content, free and purchases in the two games is different. LoTRO, you can walk from the Shire all the way to the Holland Gate in the Misty Mountains to, completely for free. You'll be able to hunt monsters on the landscape, play the epic quests, and again, you'll run into NPCs along the way who have a little lock icon. When you talk to them, they'll tell you about the quests that they are going to give and tell you about the rewards, and then you can either buy it or close the window and keep moving on your way. When you buy it, you'll buy all of those optional quests in the region, and again, they'll enhance your basic gameplay and help you, have more fun and consume more great content in Lord of the Rings.
All right, thanks to Turbine for that.
As reported by a certain website a few months ago,
was us.
Sony Online Entertainment and LucasArts are working on a Star Wars Clone Wars MMO.
Yeah.
Now, before you soil your Jar Jar panties, know that it's going to be a game made in the vein of Free Realms and doesn't look at all to fill the void left by the Old Republic's 2011 release.
That's what I needed it to do, though.
Yeah, expect to hear more about Clone Wars adventures this fall.
Oh.
That website was us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the record, totally us.
Gamervision.com.
Yeah.
If this is being mirrored anywhere. Apparently, Crytek put up an ad looking for employees who will be, quote, designing and implementing as part of the development team the system infrastructure for an MMO online game, end quote. I did proverbial air quotes in the studio.
Yeah,
with his hands.
We saw them, so they saw
It's
them.
radio, so yeah. Unless they've forgotten what MMO means, it means massively multiplayer online. It looks like the German-based company is going to be entering the scene in a big way. Whether or not it has anything to do with their recent acquisition of the developer Free Radical is yet to be seen, but we're all pulling for a Time Splitters MMORPG in a big way.
And I'm not sure how good that'll be, but I still want it.
Monkeys with machine guns? Come on, you just answered your own question.
That'd be its own class. Monkeys with machine guns.
Guys, I leveled. I got a banana.
Yeah. All right, that's it for the big stories this week, but I think it's time to move on to the roundup.
Roundup! Roundup!
One of the highlights of my week is looking at Timmy while he yells roundup. All right, moving on. Capcom has revealed Mega Man Universe, which we've kind of talked about before. Now that we know more about it, we can say that it's sadly not a full-blown 3D MMORPG, as we all hoped. Instead, it's something going to be more like MapleStory, very light on the RPG elements from what I've heard. And what did you say? You saw something weird about it, or?
All the art I've seen released for this game so far, which is very little, comes from the Mega Man X universe and not from like the canon original Mega Man universe.
Right. Well, they don't want to touch that stringent lore.
I know, seriously, the fanboys will really crap their pants.
All right, something that I think will make you very happy, Mr. Sadorf. Registration has started for the beta testing for Test Drive Unlimited 2.
It's written here on the script if you're interested, but what Coop wants to say is if Mike's interested.
Yeah. Mike, you can check out www.testdriveunlimited2.com/beta to get your registration on.
And everybody should jump on this beta. Atari will be very happy if you do.
They're like, what the hell? 30 people went to this website. So that was us, Atari. You're welcome. If you're not out of business by the time you hear this.
I couldn't figure out where to shoehorn that joke. Thank you, Coop.
After nearly 8 hours of downtime, patch 1.9 has finally been released for Ion. And for the record, it's not the one that brings pandas. Bringing with it a slew of changes that make the game more fun for divas everywhere. Be aware, however, that if you click Force Launch while updating, you might actually undo all of that. So, since it takes a few hours to patch anyway, just let your computer go.
Yeah, just be patient and wait, like how we're all being patient and waiting for flying panda pets.
Exactly, because once those come, you will never hear from us again.
I will be in that game forever.
Yeah.
And one last thing that I want to touch on, there's a new online MMO coming out of South Korea. I believe it's pronounced Kabod Online. It could be K-Bod Online. It's been shown with an emphasis of gameplay placed on violence, gambling, and most importantly, sex.
That explains the tent I'm seeing in your pants.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to talk about it. The game's eponymous developer hopes to draw the guy gamer demo aged 25 to 35 with its Hentai Kim-esque manhwa character models. Now, for those of you who didn't follow that, you're very familiar with this art style already, having had fapped to terabytes upon terabytes of Japanese anime and fanfic hentai.
AKA 15-year-old looking Korean girls.
I'm sure you're watching in the video right now and actually pausing and probably looping this back and back. His art style is, most people may know from Magna Carta for PS2, but he's employed with NCSoft, Hentai Kim, and he's working on their new MMO, which is called Blade and Soul.
Now, what age demographic did you say they were going for with naked MMO?
Yeah, 25 to 35. But
I think if you drop 10 to 20 years off that,
I know
you're
it's probably
going
to be more like males 10 to 100.
And to sum up that,
I am 18-year-old.
And to sum up that story,
Exactly. Thank you, Coop.
I'm not animating any of this.
you have to. That's pretty much it for this week. But before we leave, you want to remind you to check out Gamervision.com, not just for all of your gaming news as normal, but how many fingers am I holding up, Timmy? Two additional MMORPG interviews. Last week, we actually had a chance to talk to Tryon about Rift, Plains of Talara, and End of Nations. Both games look and sound awesome.
We're still getting used to this radio thing. I know we're acting like it's video by holding up our fingers all the time. We have to.
But you can hear it. Listen, they can hear it.
That's 2 fingers. I mean, everybody knows that.
And plus, Timmy's just gonna put the sound of whips over it anyway. All right, see you next week, everyone.
Thanks, guys.